Now at 11, a high school student remembered tonight after his tragic loss over the summer. What his family and school are doing to share his story.
Plus, Hurricane Dorian is now a powerful Category 4, where it's heading and how people in its way are preparing.
And I'm tracking Dorian for you, plus a look at your holiday weekend forecast.
And thousands in the sky, but even more on the roads this holiday weekend. Why experts are expecting a record amount of drivers.
And speaking of drivers, keep both paws on the wheel. Meet the Santa Cruz County dog who, instead of a morning walk, took a morning drive right into a neighbor's yard.
Live breaking news from KION News Channel 546.
So we begin with breaking news out of Mobile, Alabama. A shooting at a high school football game. At least 10 people are injured.
The police chief said the victims range from 15 to 18 years old. 5 are in critical condition, but their injuries were non-life-threatening. Officials have 2 people in custody at this time. We are going to continue following the story for you as it develops. Now to our other top story tonight. Hurricane Dorian, now a Category 4 storm. Take a look at a NOAA satellite here. Forecasters are calling the storm extremely dangerous, with winds maxing out at 130 miles per hour. There's a state of emergency in Florida as thousands prepare for what could be the strongest hurricane to hit the state's east coast in 3 decades.
It is our top story here at 11 o'clock as we have team coverage for you on this powerful and potentially catastrophic hurricane. We have a reporter in Florida with the latest on how people are preparing for its landfall.
But first, let's go to our Weather Authority Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca with a look at Dorian's trajectory right now. Dan.
Yeah, Amanda, the hurricane hunters did visit Dorian today, and we're recording some pretty good pressure falls within the eye, meaning that the storm was strengthening. That happened this afternoon, and we saw a much more symmetric looking storm with a large, ominous eye here across the ocean here. And Dorian, again, a Category 4 hurricane, which sets it up into this scale. Take a look. This is the Saffir-Simpson scale, categories 1 to 5. We are in the 4 category. Winds of 130 to 156 miles per hour. Catastrophic damage will occur if those winds encounter an object, a building, a tree, something like that. So hopefully we can keep Dorian out to sea. There may be some good news in the models today. Take a look at the current forecast track, which takes Dorian back toward Florida. Now, a lot of the models were taking it right here to the Florida coast and just barreling into the state. But the latest forecast track now giving it a little bit of a curve right along the coastline as it moves closer to the state. So this is going to be something we watch pretty closely. Another way of visualizing this is a bunch of different computer models looking at the same storm and projecting its track. If we were looking at this yesterday, you would have seen all of these really going into central Florida. Now a lot of them showing that curve a lot earlier. So maybe some good news. Now, Hurricane Matthew back in 2016 did scrape the coast of Florida as a Category 3 storm, did cause some damage. Again, if Dorian arrives and makes landfall as a Category 4, that's really bad for those locations. If it does weaken a little bit or curve, that could spare some areas from damage. Either way, we'll be watching it closely here over the next couple of days. And of course, I'll also have some updates on your local forecast coming up.
And your model actually showed increased strength up to 140 miles per hour now, so continuing to get stronger tonight. There is a scramble on Florida's Atlantic coastline for supplies. Long lines for gas and water flying off of shelves. Nadia Romero reports.
This Home Depot location has been busy all day. There's actually a sign on the door that's telling people what they ran out of. D batteries, generators, and even lanterns or flashlight like this one. They are hard to find. The store manager says she's working overtime to get more resources in as Dorian gets upgraded to a Category 4, headed straight toward Florida.
It is time to get on the roads, make those decisions, board up your house, do your time. Please take this seriously.
There is a danger to your life if you remain in these evacuation zones.
Evacuations haven't been ordered yet, but state officials aren't missing words when it comes to protecting the lives of Floridians.
It is not time to mess around or to think about evacuation. If you're making that decision, please go ahead and get out of town now.
Officials in Key West are now asking visitors to leave if they can, concerned about life-threatening flooding in low-lying areas.
You're looking at potentially life-threatening storm surge, and that is not something that you want to ride out.
Widespread damage in the Virgin Islands is giving officials a snapshot of Dorian's wrath before it became a major hurricane.
We cannot predict what Mother Nature is going to do over the next 72 hours. but we are planning right now.
People in the storm's path are advised to stock up with at least 7 days worth of supplies as state officials prepare to deal with the aftermath.
We're bringing in fuel. We have utilities pre-positioning assets. So there's a lot of things coming into the state to be able to help fight the storm.
Now, Brevard County just issued a mandatory evacuation order for the barrier island starting on Sunday, and shelters will open for those affected. Live in West Palm Beach, Florida, I'm Nadia Romero reporting.
And right now, many major U.S. airlines are canceling flights ahead of the busy holiday weekend, trying to figure out final game plans before they need to shut down. For now, all the big carriers are offering waivers, meaning you can change your flights through Florida airports without penalties.
New at 11, tonight is Friday night football for many communities on the Central Coast. But at San Lorenzo Valley High School, it is an especially meaningful night as they remember one of their players who committed suicide.
KION Cristianto is live in Felton with tonight's message from Jack DeBord's parents. Josh.
Well, the parents of Jack DeBord were out here tonight for the first night of football under stadium lights, and they hope Jack's story will help raise awareness for everyone that help is out there for those who need it.
We would like to recognize that Scotts Valley resident and San Lorenzo Valley High School student athlete and our friend Jack DeBord is not here with us tonight.
He was a great friend. He was funny, witty, clever. He was, a wonderful student.
15 was Jack DeBord's number when he played football for San Lorenzo Valley High School. Tonight, one of his friends is wearing it in memory of Jack.
He was a quarterback of the JV team last year before he went out with a wrist injury.
Over the summer, Jack took his own life, leaving his family and friends devastated. But Jack's parents soon realized they need to do something to prevent other families from feeling that same pain.
Suicide needs to be a topic of conversation. And, we've learned over the course of the last few months that by talking about it, you're not encouraging it. That's a myth. But it's absolutely essential.
The school is also providing families with resources to talk to their kids about mental health and suicide.
It is a terrible, tragic mistake, and it leaves many victims, not just the person that took their life, to pick up the pieces and attempt to move forward.
For the DeBords, the loss of their son has opened up ways to speak with other families struggling with these issues.
We know God causes all things to work together for good, and this situation in and of itself is not good, and it's a horrible loss and a horrible tragedy for our family, but we have seen indescribable and undeniable miracles that have come out of this.
And I'd like to clarify, we did not speak with any students here at the football game out of respect for their privacy and the wishes of the administration here. The DeBords would like to remind anyone that they're to talk to someone if you need help, because there is hope out there. They also set up a memorial fund in Jack's honor for student athletes at San Lorenzo Valley High. We have a link for that for you on our website, KION546.com. Reporting live in Felton, Josh Cristianto, KION News Channel 546.
Very important message. Thank you very much, Josh. A woman was hit and killed by a train in Salinas earlier today. Police say she was hit while walking on the tracks near the Main Street overpass just before 1:30 this afternoon. She has not been identified. Union Pacific is handling the investigation.
In your crime alert, Santa Cruz police are looking for this man. Chief Andy Mills wrote on Twitter that the person stole a gun from a car at a Super 8 motel. Call police if you recognize him. Chief Mills also says, and I'm quoting here, "For the love of God, don't leave your unsecured gun in a car." A Watsonville man is facing charges accused of sexually abusing a teenage girl. Police arrested Ricky Crawford Thursday as he was leaving town just 1 week after the victim came forward. Crawford is at the Santa Cruz County Jail on a $50,000 bail. The Aptos woman accused of killing her husband was in court today. Prosecutors say she stabbed him in front of their developmentally disabled son. Cece Pinero is the executive director with the Special Parents Information Network, or SPIN, the organization helping support the son. Pinero says while he was there during the attack, he likely didn't understand what happened.
He would not be able to differentiate between his dad falling down for one reason or for a different reason. He would be upset emotionally if he heard his mom upset. We're hoping that people immediately came in to calm him down, or that she herself calmed him down.
Another prosecutor also tells KION that the son would likely not testify because he is nonverbal. Owens was out on bail today. Her attorney asked for her to be reunited with her son, but the judge denied that. Prosecutors say it is financial troubles that sparked the fight in the couple's home that led to the stabbing.
News around our state now. The only conviction against an immigrant who was acquitted of killing a San Francisco woman has been thrown out. In 2017, Jose Garcia Zarate was convicted of being a felon in possession of a gun, but the appeals court found the trial judge should have told the jury they could acquit him based on him only having that gun for a moment. Zarate's attorney argued the 2015 shooting death of Kate Steinle was accidental. The case got national attention after then presidential candidate Trump referenced it on the campaign trail. Hundreds of immigrant children receiving medical care in this country are facing possible deportation due to a change in policy by the Trump administration. One teen suffers from cystic fibrosis, which already killed his younger sister back in Honduras. The family came to the U.S. legally and then applied for medical deferred action. That's a program that allows immigrants to receive life-saving treatment for up to 2 years. But on Monday, they received notice giving them 33 days to leave the country or face deportation.
Receive the letter is like a big hit. In this moment, I don't know what will happen in the future.
As part of a new Trump administration policy, the nation's Citizenship and Immigration Service changed that medical deferment program, leaving people in limbo. CBS News reached out to USCIS, who did not give a reason for that sudden change in policy.
Well, coming up, hitting the road for Labor Day, you're not alone. We'll explain what's inspiring thousands of others to take a road trip for the holiday weekend.
And how long has it been since you replaced your toothbrush or razor? Probably too long. Why you should toss out toiletries sooner rather than later.
And a rough morning for an Aptos dog. He decided to take the car for a spin, but it didn't go well. The good boy caught red pawed. Next.